What's up with you, Wildcat? What's up, homie up in Toledo? Shit. I was about to watch the news, or whatever news is on. Shit. Where my robe at? It's a little cold up in here. Whoa. TB like, motherfucker, you don't want to watch this shit. You ain't watching shit. Shit. Bet I'm watching. I'm watching right now, dog. See what's on tap. Still watch some Kill Street. I ain't gonna do it though. More news. Sure. No, because that's not news. That's not news. This is all propaganda. Whatever. It's just background noise for real. New York City, where a grand jury Blah, E-L. President Trump. And more than 100,000 new power outages being reported after another atmospheric river floods parts of California. A look at the cleanup efforts that are on the way. You're streaming CBS. Okay. See what we got. Oh, thanks, Emerson. Yeah, you gotta do that, dog. Gotta get that real quick. Up one trad. My pleasure, man. Thanks for watching. Shit, I be appreciating y'all, man. Yeah, look how fat I am, dog. I gotta get fucking rid of this shit. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Look how you know what I'm saying? Shit embarrassing. That's why I like sitting down and shit. Yeah, man. I'm Hollywood fat. You know what I'm saying? They would consider this fat in Hollywood. They're like, oh, hell no. Look how much that shit pulled off, dog. Look at that shit wiggling. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get rid of this shit, man. Seriously. Like, I'm working on it, though. You know. My husband still thinks I'm nuts, but I can't. It's all good. I mean, I like being nuts. Shit, I ain't even got any abs when I suck my gun in, bro. I mean, shit, I don't either. Look, I'm sucking it in. You don't see no abs. They don't. I gotta stand up and hold my breath. Like, look, hold on. So look, this is me standing up, right? Let me hold my breath. You know what I'm saying? Now you can kind of see a little definition. All that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about, man. I gotta lose like 5 pounds. Real talk. Yeah, I gotta get 5 pounds shaved off, dog. I'm like 214, you know what I'm saying? I actually gained 2 pounds. But, you know, it be like that sometimes. Nah, bro, you look good. I just need more muscles. I mean, all I do is push-ups. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I don't do shit else. I don't go to no gym. I don't have no weights. I don't have a pull-up bar or nothing. I literally only do push-ups. That's it. I don't run. I don't... Nothing else. Like, I can't stress that enough. That's it. So, that's what I do then. You know what I'm saying? I do easily like 1,500 push-ups a week. You know what I'm saying? I'll do like 200-300 before I even go to work at 6:30 in the morning. You know, some shit like that. And then I'll do like, you know what I'm saying? Then like I'll come home and maybe like do another 100 or 200. You know, and then be like that every day for at least 5 days. You know, 6'1", 74 inches. You know what I'm saying? Looking ripped like Jesus. What Jesus? Ain't no Jesus, dog. Ain't no Jesus. Goddamn lucky to make it through. 10. Oh, word. I mean, that's where you got to start, man. I mean, I wasn't always able to do this many, you know. Like shit, I remember when I used to struggle to do 10. But then like the army kind of like changed that a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Plus I got in trouble a lot, like not like little petty trouble. So it was like get down and do 10, 20, 30, whatever it is, or just be in a push-up position and just stay there, you know. So essentially planking to some extent, you know. But but yeah, but shit, we talking about years ago. Like I was in the army, like I got out the army in 2005. Like so that was a long time ago. You know what I mean? And like, I ain't been doing shit but eating pizza and drinking coffee and shit. Hail Satan. I ain't been doing, you know what I mean? Doing that and then just like push ups. I had a gym membership years ago, but like I didn't really fucking go like that. Like, cause I'm not a gym rat, you know what I mean? I'm like, plus I didn't want to pay the money. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it's like, bro, I can get equal results just at home. You know what I mean? Just doing what I do at home. So I'm gonna just go home. I'm gonna go home and just do push-ups. So that's what I've been doing. Like push-ups are free. You know. Now what I do suck at is ab shit. Oh man, I could not. I be trying though. Like I be trying to do crunches and shit. You know what I mean? And like variations on that. 5'4". Oh, that's what's up. You a little bite size, fun size, motherfucker. Yeah, so I do like, you know what I mean? I'll do like 20, 25 at a time. Usually no more than 30 at a time. And then I'll just keep doing that over and over again. But again, I give myself no more than 10 minutes to do 100 push-ups. So you can stretch that out however you want, you know what I mean? Or you can just do 50 and then do another 50, you know what I'm saying? But 10 minutes, that's all I give myself. Because any longer than that, you're bullshitting. Like, you can kind of bullshit in that 10 minutes, you know what I'm saying? I've done some, like I'll do like 25, get up, wait a second, you know, like literally maybe like 30 seconds. And then I'll get down and do another 25. You know what I mean? Then I'll get up knowing that I just did 50. Go make me a cup of coffee, come back, take a sip, put it down, get down, do another 25. You know what I mean? Get back up, go smoke a cigarette, or while it's lit, put it down for a second, come back, knock out another 25. You already did 100. You know what I'm saying? And it's only been 10 minutes, you know. So you can do 110 minutes if you spread it out over 25s, over sets of 25, you know what I mean? Or or any other variation, you know what I'm saying? Like I like to do 30, 20, 20, 30, you know what I'm saying? Or any variation of that, 30, 20, 30, 20, 30, 30, 20, 20, you know what I'm saying? Like just whatever you want to do, you know what I mean? Like so that's what I do, you know. And then I'll do that like over and over again throughout the hour. So in 60 minutes in an hour, I could have done essentially 600, you know. Assuming I want to just keep doing push-ups for an hour and say, who the fuck want to do that, you know? So I might do like 200 and be like, all right, I'm done for now. And then like come back at like an hour or two later and do another 100. And then maybe another hour or two later, I'll do another 100. You know what I'm saying? But that's on my day off, you know. But on my days at work, it's like, nah, son, I gotta knock out at least 200 before I go to work. It used to be at least 100, but now I've up the ante a little bit since I've been doing at least about 1,000 push-ups or more a week. So now I'm like, well, now I can afford to do like, 200 before work or 300. Like there's been days where I did like 300 before work. The more the merrier. My boss tried to play me. He was like, I know you ain't do like, don't say you did less than 100. And I'm like, bro, I did like 450. I was talking about how many I did that day before. Trying to play me like I couldn't do 100. Like, bro, I did 4 times that. How about that? You know what I mean? Thanks, Nader. I love you too. You say you do that with squats? Karen. Oh, that's what's up. Karen, I didn't know you was in here. If I do 300, my ass ain't gonna make it to work, bro. What's upstairs? You know what I mean? Well, I don't know. the muscles that are associated with push-ups are like they already know what the deal is. You know what I'm saying? Like my muscle memory for push-ups. Now, if it had been like pull-ups or something else, where I might have to like utilize another muscle group or a muscle group that I already use with push-ups, but more so. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You know, but yeah, I don't know. So I only use push-ups. So push-ups for me are like kind of easy. That's why I have to do a lot. You know, because it works out so many muscle groups. Like, of course, this shit over here on the sides, it works that shit. It works at those lines you get in the middle there. It works your shoulders. It works this shit. It works the back shit. Like, and of course the biceps. Like, it's just one of those exercises that's like it's so like it takes care of so many muscle groups, even the stomach. Like that's how I got them little like when I was sucking in, holding my breath on shit. Like that's the reason you can see them there. Like I only do push-ups. Like so they must help the abdomen somewhat. You know what I'm saying? Like because you have to like keep yourself at a certain. You know what I mean? Like you have to do push-ups like this, like where you have to sort of remain at all times straight, like your back and everything should look straight as you're going up and down, and none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? It has to be straight, up and down, up and down, up and down. So yeah. So and I guess so because you have to like stabilize your core like that. Maybe that's you know. So I guess I don't fucking know, dude. I'm just saying that's cool. I gotta start breakfast or back for real. I think that's what you said. I need to exercise. I'm not fat, but I mean I'm tired a lot. Hey, don't get me wrong. I'm not in shape. Like I be getting tired easy too, dog. Like, cause I don't be like running or nothing, you know. And I only eat trash. You know what I'm saying? Pizza, tacos. You know what I mean? Burgers and shit. You know what I mean? I don't eat nothing healthy. I just try to minimize how much of it I do eat. You know, like I don't really do much ice cream and cakes and pastries and candy. I don't really fuck with that shit. My Achilles heel is chips. I fucking love chips, man. You give me some queso ruffles, oh my god, I will devour that shit. Like chips is my heel, man. That's why I'm like I gotta stop buying chips. I can't even have them in the house. I don't go through that shit. Yeah. You already know, man. Like pizza is my favorite. It's got to be like my favorite food. Like real talk. I just think it is. Like I could eat pizza every fucking day, dude. You know, so, I mean, maybe not always from the same place, but maybe some from the same place all the time. Shit, Casanos, bro, I eat Casanos every day. I know that shit got a lot of salt, but I don't give a fuck. That shit is, well, fucking delicious. I love Casanos. Like, so I'll eat that shit every day. You know, if finances permitted. You know what I mean? I'm arguing with capital shits right now. Hell, what's a capital shit? What's capital shits? What's your favorite food? Pizza, dog. Pizza. Straight up. Like I'm boring as fuck. Like that's average. That's basic. But I mean, it's the truth. I do. I love some pizza, man. Not so much deep dish though. Like well, I like what we call Dayton style pizza, which is like what Casanos has, or Donato's for the most part, or Marion's, which I don't have a Marion's probably where y'all at. But like basically, it's like thin crust cut into squares. You know what I'm saying? That's like Dayton style pizza. You can have it so many ways. I know, man. Word. Billy Eisenhower, what was you talking about, man? I want to help. I just don't know what a capital shits is. Like, I feel like you're saying a capitalist, like defender. I don't know. Like, capital shits are people who believe in an antiquated, exploitative economic system called capitalism. Hi, I'm from Indonesia. What's up, Randall from Indonesia? Well, I mean, what point are they trying to make? Actually, I mean, yeah, creator's cool, dog. You know what I mean? You want me to do some more creator? I'll do more creator. I know I haven't done much. I might have did like one song by creator to be real, but I'll do more. You know, I got nothing against creator. But nah, man, Billy, what was they talking about? Creator. Like, I mean, because I mean, a lot of people believe in capitalism because they don't know any better. You know what I mean? Like, they think it's as to use my phrase, the bee's knees. And it's not. Like, I don't even see how someone who's not a capitalist can defend capitalism. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like being a slave defending slavery. Like, why would you defend this? It's not benefiting you, motherfucker. It's benefiting the slave owner. You know. Gotta go see them. I'm just looking on right now. You know what I'm saying? But it's the usual money good, state bad. I mean, yeah, under a capitalist arrangement of the economy, the state probably is bad. Like, because all it does is work on the behalf of the corporate sector. You know what I mean? It works on the behalf of. I mean, but to be honest though, like I'm just saying to play devil's advocate because it's the truth. But when the framers were writing the Constitution, they only intended for the wealthy to make all the decisions. They didn't. They called us the bewildered herd who were too stupid to regulate ourselves, and therefore all of the decisions for the country should be left up to the white, rich, land-owning men of the country at the time. And that's just that's how they framed the country. That's how they framed the country. That's how they wanted it to be run. And for the most part, that's how the country's been run by rich motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Even worse now that, ever since Reagan's deregulation fucking, you know what I mean? But ever since him, like, the shit just got worse. Like, even more so than I think even the framers could have perceived. But I don't think that would have been to their chagrin. I think they'd be like, fuck yeah, dude, good job. Hell yeah. Like, fuck the people, Do whatever the rich people want you to do. So make your laws and your regulations or deregulations as long as it helps out the corporate sector and the rich oligarchs. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't see how people who aren't capitalists defend capitalism. And by capitalists, if you don't know what I mean, you 12 people who are in here, I mean those who own the means of production. Like, so if you don't own the means of production, i.e. the warehouse, all of the machines in the warehouse, the computers in the warehouse, all of that shit. If you don't own those items, the tools that you use to do the job, the people who own those things are the capitalists. The people who utilize those things to do their job every day is me and you, the proletariat. We don't own shit. You know what I'm saying? We just go and borrow from the capitalist his shit to produce shit for him. You know what I mean? And the only thing we provide is our labor power at pretty much a discounted price, because none of us are being paid a living wage, except for those of us who are wealthy and fortunate enough. I shouldn't say wealthy, although they are included, but those of us who are fortunate enough to be able to have a college education that specifies in some specific trade, you know what I mean, that you can leverage to perhaps get more money, but you would need all that just in order to make enough money just to survive, as opposed to someone who just fresh out of college, maybe fresh out, or even better, fresh out of high school, let's say you're 18, you know what I mean, and you're cheesed it out of mom and dad's house, and now you want to get your own fucking place, so you need a fucking job, you know what I mean? So you're gonna go fucking apply somewhere. Let's just say, I'm gonna apply at McDonald's, whatever. I'm just using it. Walmart, whatever. Pick a place, And then weigh the amount of money they're willing to pay you to do whatever job you applied for against how much it costs to live some modicum of decency in the state that you live in your city. You know what I mean? So, like, if you live in, like, a Los Angeles, of course, it's going to be fucking astronomical and nearly impossible, you know what I'm saying, to live there. So the wage you would need every hour is probably higher than what someone who lives here in Dayton, fucking Ohio would need in order to live. So, but that aside, like, studies have shown that had wages kept up with inflation, we would be at over $20 an hour. Minimum wage, over $20 an hour, had we kept up with inflation. But over that same period, had wages kept up with bonuses that were given to CEOs over the same course, we'd be at $40 an hour. Minimum wage. Straight out of high school, first job, flipping burgers, $40 an hour. Like, had wages kept up with bonuses that CEOs received over the same period of time that was studied, you know. But unfortunately, it's at 725 and no one can live off that, period. Like not in this rich ass expensive ass country that has commodified every facet of our life. You know what I mean? We're not even looked at as fucking citizens. Like we're not looked at as co inhabitants of this country that we share. Like we're just looked at as consumers. In America, it's just a store with or a mall, if you will. You know what I mean? With different stores you can shop at. You have the dentist store, you have the hospital store, you have the education store. You know what I mean? Like everything, the water store, the food store, the housing store, the insurance store, the internet store, the car store, the phone store, like the every fucking thing store. You know what I mean? Everything that you need to exist as a human being costs, you know, because fuck you, basically. Like some rich dude who owns some corporation needs to get a little bit more money at the end of this fiscal quarter. So you piss on fucking throwaway proletariat. You know what I mean? You're gonna just have to work for less. I'm sorry, you know, or go get you a degree. You know what I'm saying? And maybe we'll pay you a little bit more. But don't have a family because then that degree and you know, I mean, the degree probably won't do you shit anyway. But let's assume it gets you in the door. Don't have a family, you know, because we're not gonna pay any more, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, this country fucked up. Like, we ain't nothing but consumers. You know what I'm saying? You want or need anything, I hope you got the money for it. You're like, all right, well, I'll go to work. I'll go work for it. I'll work for a living wage. And they're like, whoa, calm down. You can go to work, but what's this living wage nonsense? We'll throw you some crumbs, and you make do with that. And we all supposed to be cool with that. And that's what is so sickening to me. How many of us, regular ass motherfuckers, are defending this system that has kept you poor. That is the reason your life sucks. You know what I'm saying? It's the reason why your life isn't as good as it could be. It's the reason why you worry about shit like rent, you know, about how am I going to eat? Do I have enough money for gas? Am I going to be able to catch the bus? You know, like that's why you know what I mean? Like that's why you worry about this shit. You worry about the health of your children because, you know, healthcare and how much that costs and insurance is sky high, like all this bullshit. Because somebody, somewhere in one of these industries, all of these industries, is like, bro, I need to get a little bit more money at the end of this quarter. So make it happen, you know. And the politicians are more than willing to oblige. They're more than willing to oblige. They're like, sure, you're gonna give me some campaign donations, i.e. bribes, legalized bribes, you know. You give me some campaign donations, I swear to God I'll deregulate whatever you want me to deregulate, you know. That's why I don't never do anything about guns, you know. They'll come up with any reason for gun problems besides the gun, you know. They'll come up with any reason. Why? Because the gun lobby's like, man, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Like, bro, I need to make some more money. I don't care how many children die. Say it's healthcare or some shit. You know what I mean? Tell them it's that. Tell them it's just bad hombres out there. It's just some criminals who just shouldn't have access. Some crazy fucking deranged psychos who are just out there and just want to do murder and shit. And they're fucking nuts. And they shouldn't have a gun. It's like, all right, well, we're going to pass some sort of legislation to fund mental health care. Oh, hell no. What is this, communism? What is this, socialism? What is it? You want all this government spending, you know. It's like, well, which is it? Like, is it a health care? Because you said it's health care, so we're trying to address that. You're saying it's mental health, right? Mental health care, right? So we're trying to fund that. But you don't want to fund that. So which is it? Like, do you really care about mental health, or is it just a talking point? Yes, you know. Because otherwise, then what else do you got? If it ain't mental health, then what else is it? You know, I mean, we got a million reasons for why A, B, and C is fucked up. But for this particular reason, there's only one. It's just mental health. That's it. No other problem. Mental health. Sorry, you know. It's ridiculous. It's just ridiculousness. And it's all, and the people who are pushing this narrative don't even believe it. That's what makes it so bad. Like, at least you could believe this shit you're putting out there, you know. But these motherfuckers, and I don't mean you assholes who are like, nah, man, Second Amendment, whatever. Like, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the people who are on the news or in the media who are like present on Twitter with their blue fucking checks or whatever, who are telling you like, nah, man, Second Amendment. They don't even give a fuck. Like, honestly, you know what I mean? They just know you give a fuck, so they'll keep saying that shit. But they only saying it because the gun lobby's paying them to say it. Like, they're paying them to not do anything. Say whatever you can to the, you know what I mean? Because God forbid we take a hit in our gun sales. You know what I mean? As if there's not enough war. You know what I mean? As if they're not manufacturing enough weapons for these bullshit wars that we're involved in. As if they don't make enough money off of those contracts alone. Nope, it's not enough. I need your money too. So whatever the regular Americans need to hear in order for me to get them to go buy another gun, tell them, you know. Tell them that. I don't care, you know. And that's what makes it so bad. Like, nobody who's pushing these narratives actually, not nobody, but I mean the majority of people in mainstream media who are pushing these narratives about, no, that's your Second Amendment right, and blah, 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 blah. They're only telling you that to make more money. I mean, I don't know what more to say. Like, if you don't understand at this point that I just put a poll out, right? The overwhelming majority of you, over 90%, said that this country is a plutocracy. It is run by the rich. If it is run by the rich, don't the rich want to enact legislation that benefits them? I mean, if I was in charge, I would try to put shit in place that's going to help me out. You know what I mean? I mean, it may help you out too. But at the end of the day, it must absolutely be a prerequisite that it helps me, you know. So, I mean, so I'm just saying, like, if the rich are in control, if the rich are in charge, why do you think that they're making any effort to help you? Like, that's not how it works. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, here, even better. Somebody wants me to help them move, and another person wants me to help them move. We're both best friends. You know what I mean? I'm best friends with person A. I'm best friends with person B, or however you want to look at it. We're all cool. You know what I mean? They're both moving on the same day. They both live in the same apartment building, so their apartment is similar. They have similar furniture and whatnot to move out. So the amount of effort that you would have to expend at person A's house to help them move is the same amount of effort you'd have to expend at person B's house. Now, person A says, I'll pay you $100 to help me move. And I'm like, bet, I got you, bro. I'm there. Person B's like, I give you $1,000 to help me move. Who do you think I'm going to help? Exactly. So while person C over here, let's just say hypothetical person C, is also a friend who, same conditions, moving on the same day, and says, I would like you to help me move too, you know, but I don't have any money to give you, you know. You think I'm going to help that asshole? Or let's say he only gives me like $10. He ain't even in the conversation, bruh. Like, you're not even a thought right now. Like, you ain't got to know, you ain't talking my language, you know. So I'm only going to hear from person A with 100 or person B with 1,000. I don't even want to hear from this broke bitch over here. You know what I mean? Who do you think I'm going to help? Of course I'm going to help the guy who offered me 1,000, because, of course, you know, that's how it works in this political system. You know what I mean? So if the rich are in charge, they're going to pay whoever they need to pay through campaign contributions, i.e. bribes, to get them to do what they want them to do. You know, not you. Fuck you. How much money did you donate to the latest political campaign? Did you donate hundreds of thousands? Millions? Nah. If you donated anything at all, it was some bullshit that you could afford from your last paycheck, you broke ass. You know what I mean? You probably gave like $5, $20, $40, whatever, you know. Maybe even 100, hell. But they don't give a fuck, not when Raytheon is giving them 20,000 and fucking Boeing is giving them 60,000, and they're not listening to you. Like, you ain't even in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? They don't care what you want. Healthcare, gun reform, whatever. Fuck you. Raytheon and Boeing and Honeywell and all them big oil and big whoever else have just paid me money, bro. They done paid me big bank. I'm about to do what they want me to do. I don't give a fuck about you right now, son. Become a millionaire or billionaire, and then we can talk. Until then, fuck off. Like, that is how it works in our political system. If you don't see it, I don't know where the fuck you been. Like, but yeah. I mean, because clearly not over 90% of you who responded to the poll I put out agree that, yeah, the rich run this country. So if the rich run this country, who do you think that they're putting these laws or taking away regulation on the behalf of? It's not on your behalf. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck how many children get shot. They don't give a fuck what country they have to invade. They don't care how poor they keep you. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck. They don't care how many of your rights they got to take away. None of that shit. Fuck you. You're not rich. I don't fucking care about you. Like, that is basically Americans' policy towards its own citizens. Again, who they don't look at as citizens. We're just consumers. So you either got the money to shop here, i.e. exist, or you don't. And don't look to us to help you out. Because whatever social sort of safety net we might have put in place, we're defunding that shit too. Because fuck you, you know. That's America for you. Like, that's why I just don't understand. Like, and that's capitalism. I'm not just saying that's America, period. Like, but that has been America for its inception. Like, we stole the fucking land, dog. Like, we stole motherfuckers from their country and had them do all the work here in this country. You know, all the work except for, like, invading and fucking colonizing and shit. Like, nah, we'll leave that to the white folks. But yeah, have all the slaves and fucking should do all the fucking work on the stolen land that we took from the natives. You know what I mean? The natives that are alive who survived, you know, the disease that we brought from fucking Europe. You know what I mean? On top of those who survived us killing them off as a result of them not wanting to assimilate to Christianity. You know, fuck out of here. I'm like, man, America ain't never had a moral leg to stand on. Not never. You know what I mean? That's why I'm like, why do we even have these bullshit rules, laws? I mean, not laws in general, but I mean, like, bullshit laws. Like, fuck you mean I can't prostitute? You know what I mean? Like, why a bitch can't prostitute? Why she can't do that shit? What the fuck? Motherfuckers doing it all the time anyway. Just ain't always on the street corner. It ain't always for dope. You know what I'm saying? But motherfuckers be quick. Go on one of these social media apps. You know what I'm saying? Well, not social media apps, but maybe like more of like a dating sort of app. How many motherfuckers, or it could just be through like Facebook or some shit. See how many motherfuckers talk about P2P, pay to play. You know what I'm saying? Like, these is prostitutes, bro. You know what I mean? Like, why is that illegal? It should just be all right. It's your body. You want to fucking sell it, sell it. It's yours. What the fuck? You know, who are you to tell me I can't do it? Why is that immoral? Is that immoral to do that? So I guess that means it is moral to just murder, slaughter innocent children in other countries, Cambodia, i.e., Iraq, i.e., Afghanistan, i.e., you know what I mean? Like, I keep going, Laos, i.e., you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's all right to do that, you know what I mean? Then you ain't got no fucking moral to stand on. Like, nah, you just kill off people viciously, savagely, you know what I mean? And then you treat your own fucking citizens like we're nothing more than consumers, as opposed to constituents, you know. Like, nah, this country ain't never had a moral leg to stand on. But you want to tell me, or her rather, that she can't prostitute. She can't sell her own body for $1. Man, why not? You know, get the fuck out of here. Fuck you mean, you know.
How did you lose your job? I made the statement that white privilege is a fact. Is it helping diversity and inclusion?
Like, putting in different people's stories and experience, it enriches education. If you don't talk about something, it doesn't go away.
Drawing us further apart.
What schools are doing to our children in the name of anti-racism is in fact teaching them racism.
The intention is to put us in this war.
Anyway.
An original CBS Voice documentary.
Yeah. Look. I'm about to get off of here real quick. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna read a book actually for this stream, but I done already read all my books. You know what I'm saying? And some of them I done read twice.
To fix the courts and to go along with the politics of the moment.
Republican boards of justices have all tended to go in one direction, the Democratic.
Like these the ones I read twice. James Baldwin's Nothing Personal. See, it's not that thick a book.
Does it have political impact? True. Political intent, probably.
Media Control by Noam Chomsky. Again, not that thick a book, so read that twice. The Little Book of Satanism. Not a very thick book. Read that twice.
Your morning routine just got better.
The Hidden History of Neoliberalism. Again, not a very thick book. Read that twice. Now, I got other books that I read twice. These are just the smallest ones that I read twice. I got some big ass ones I refuse to read twice. Like the Communist Manifesto. And Das Capital. I read that twice. You know what I'm saying? I ain't read Das Capital. I only got like a quarter of the way through Das Capital. I ain't gonna lie. That shit was. But yeah, the Communist Manifesto, I probably read that maybe 4 times, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Then I got some that I want to do twice. This one I only read once, the Socialist Manifesto. You know, it's a little thick. It ain't that bad. But yeah, man, I done already read this shit. Who Rules the World by Noam Chomsky. That's another one I done read twice. You know what I'm saying?
In your opening, you mentioned that China does see itself as a rising power to.
You know. What up, cuz? What up, Witchy? Nah, I was just talking, you know what I'm saying? Because one of my homies in the chat was like, I guess he's debating somebody. Or she, I don't really know what Billy Eisenhower's identifies as, but yeah, Billy Eisenhower was talking about they were debating someone about who is a proponent of capitalism, who isn't a capitalist, and was just looking for some help on like how to fight this battle. And I'm like, it's not that difficult. Like, I mean, if you fully understand the nature of capitalism and its inherent how its own destruction is built in capitalism. Like, once you understand that, then you understand other economic arrangements of the economy. You know what I mean? Then you'll start to like not look at capitalism with such a good, you know what I mean, with such a positive light. And actually, you'll probably start to look at socialism and communism more favorably because they're more egalitarian, you know, in nature. You know what I mean? It's not all about fuck you, pay me. It's about how can I help? You know, what can I do to help? That's what it's about. It's not about what can I do for you. You know what I'm saying? It's just about how can I help you? You know, you're already trying. What assistance do you need? You know, in order to truly thrive. You know, it's not about equal outcome for everybody. It's not about the government doing shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, if anything, socialism is about, you could really sum it up in one word or one sentence. Socialism is workers own the means of production. Period. Period. Like, you can even have that really within a capitalist arrangement of the economy. Probably wouldn't last very long, but which is why you would just need to go full throttle fucking socialism. But whatever, you know, I'm just saying. And all that means, if you don't know what that means, you know, to own the means of production, it just means that when you go to work, assuming, let's just say, for instance, you work at Amazon, you know what I mean? You go to work right now, all the robots, you know what I'm saying? The computers, you know what I mean? Like the little handheld devices, whatever little cart you push around, whatever plastic the items are wrapped in, the warehouse itself, the office, whatever they have in the office, all of that is owned by Amazon and by its shareholders, as opposed to you. So you owning the means of production, you owning a piece of all of those things, you know what I mean? Would therefore, and giving you and making the workplace more democratic, whereas you get to choose who's the boss, who's our managers. We all get a say, we all get a vote, and who will be our supervisors, and how much each of us will make to do this job compared to others. Well, I would say you could compare it to others in the market, but if you're like the only one doing this sort of thing, there's nothing to compare it to. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, you could do it something like that. You know what I mean? Where like, now, because you own the means of production, you can now get a bigger piece of the profits. Because right now, all the profits go to the shareholders, not you. You don't get any of that. You might get a bonus, but that's usually tied to something you ain't got no control over. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, when I was working at, I won't say the business, but it's a very well-known pharmacy. But when I was working there, it was like your bonus was tied to the amount of shrink in your store. And it's like, motherfucker, we're in a poor neighborhood. There's gonna be all kinds of shrink. Why is my bonus tied to shrink? I'm not the police. I'm not about to stop these shoplifters. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? You don't even pay me a living wage. You know what I'm saying? To do this job as it is. Like, and you want me to be a motherfucking security guard too? What the fuck? This ain't my shit. They can have it. I'm gonna mind my own business. This ain't my business. This store, this pharmacy is not my business. I just work here, motherfucker. I'm not a shareholder. I don't have no stock in this company. You know what I'm saying? And then what I do provide here is not even appreciated monetarily. Like, you won't pay me a living wage. You make it so that I have to call off. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't have gas money. You make it so that my living condition is always at the edge of precarity. You know what I mean? Like, fuck out of here. I'm not doing all that. Motherfuckers kill me. Like, don't get me wrong. I used to be that guy. Like, don't let me catch you stealing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was that dude. But then like I had an awakening, and I was just like, yeah, what? Why am I doing all this? Like, these motherfuckers don't even pay me a living wage, and they don't pay me anything extra for apprehending anyone or stopping anything. I don't get anything for that. If anything, you might get written up, or fired because you weren't supposed to intervene. Policy is you just watch and observe. You don't intervene because God forbid they put their hands on you or you get hurt somehow, and now it's on the company because you were acting presumably on behalf of the company to stop the thief, and then could sue the company. But it's like, but no, not when their official policy is don't. Just let them do it. Just let them go. I'm just saying, y'all. You know what I mean? Just trying to get more people on board. Now, I would like to get more people on board with the idea of socialism, but if that's a step too far, I'd like to at least get you on board with the idea of class consciousness. Because that is most important. That's the first step. It's like an alcoholic. First step is recognizing you have a problem. And you have to be committed to the solution. You know what I'm saying? Now, understanding the problem in this situation is understanding capitalism. What is capitalism? How does capitalism work? Like, how does it manifest itself in the economy, in society? Then once you understand it fully, I just don't see how someone who isn't a capitalist, who understands capitalism, would defend capitalism. Like, I just don't get it. Like, it's never been set up to help you out. Like, if you're not a capitalist now, 9.5 times out of 10, you never will be, I mean, there's always going to be people who slip through the cracks. It's not a perfect system. You know what I mean? Like, it was designed and built by imperfect people, So, of course, we're incapable of producing something perfect. That being said, it could still be more towards helping out as many people as possible, as opposed to just helping out the people who don't need help at all. Like, they don't need your help. They're just greedy and want more money, you know. So, and that's the way our system's currently set up. Like, just to help that small handful of people who are balling out of control in this country continue to ball even harder out of control in this country, while at the expense of you and I not being able to really fully enjoy the freedoms afforded to us in the Constitution, because we're too busy trying to just make ends meet, and we can't even do that. Like, they always talk about, man, this many Americans are working paycheck to paycheck. I think that number is off. I feel like whatever the number is doesn't matter, because they're not factoring in.
It's set to hit more than 60 million people. Millions facing an icy commute.
I lost my train of thought. Like, I forgot where I was going with it. You know what I mean? But anyway, capitalism sucks. And again, once you understand it, then you'll come around to understanding it sucks as well. Now, once you understand it sucks, it's like, all right, well then what could we do to fix it or make it better? Now, again, out of these books I done read, and that was just some of them, like, you know what I mean? That's not a very extensive collection of books. You know what I mean? But at least, you know what I'm saying, it's something. And I feel like they're very important books that cover subject matter that is relevant today. You know what I'm saying? So, once you recognize the problem, then you understand, then you'll start to try to come up with ways to reform it. But true socialists will tell you there's no way to reform capitalism. There's no way to reform it. Like, it doesn't care about anything. Like, capitalism does not care about poverty. It doesn't care about humanity. It doesn't care about the planet. It doesn't care about anything other than short-term profits. That's all capitalism cares about. So those who engage in it, you know what I'm saying, not those of us who are just consumers, I mean the capitalists. Of course they're going to, they are beholden to the nature of capitalism. They have to. They have to be ruthless, more ruthless than the next guy, because capitalism demands you to be so. It doesn't care about other innocent people in their country with their resources. It's like, fuck those people, steal their resources, whatever. Capitalism, Socialism's not like that. We don't want to have to keep living some modicum of a decent life at the expense of someone else's, Like, that's not what it's about. Like, we're not trying to do that. And we're not saying the government should give you everything, Like, no. You can work hard for shit, you know what I'm saying? It's just, that shouldn't be that which you would need to exist, Like, you should start with a home. You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't have to work towards a home. Like, just think about that, Like, like, let's just say you were just plopped here, you know what I'm saying, in the United States. And it's like, you need a place to live. But they're like, nah. You better find somebody that has a place to live and then work towards getting a place to live. But, like, we're not just going to give you a place to live. Like, we don't give a fuck. You could just die of exposure for all we fucking care. If you ain't got the money, we're not trying to hear it. Like, that's just how our political economic system is. Like, it's heartless. It's all about the dollar. Like, that's why I be telling people, like, there ain't no motherfucking God in this country. No one really worships God. Like, no one. Like, they'll say they do. They because it's just, I guess it just hurts them too much to be like, nah, I don't. But they don't really worship God. I mean, really, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Because the God of this country is the dollar. That's all we worship over here. You know what I'm saying? The dollar. Period. Like, period. You know what I'm saying? We don't give a fuck about no God. If God gets in the way of making $1, well, then he can piss the fuck off. Like, I got money to make, Which makes sense. Like, we live in the richest country, but at the stingiest country at the same time. Like, this country do not want to help out regular ass people. It just doesn't. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't. So that being said, I ain't got time to be praying, hoping that God provides for me and shit. What type of socialist, communist bullshit is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, nah.
And I think that he's going to have to contend with the fact that
We worship money over here. You understand? Money. That's what we worship. And I don't even think like that's just by default. Like I don't think we just did that just cause. Like it's because we have commodified every single thing in this country in order to live and enjoy life to some degree. I mean, especially when you're in the richest country in the world. Like, why aren't we all having a good life? Like every single swinging fucking dick in this country. Why isn't everybody just living the best of their life? You know what I'm saying? Like, we good over here, bruh. Like, we the richest, most powerful, most influential country in the history of the world. You know what I'm saying? Why isn't every single citizen here just living it up? Chilling, kicking it, you know, just living their best lives. But instead, the overwhelming majority of us are struggling in the richest, most powerful, most influential country in the history of the world. The majority of its inhabitants are struggling just to exist. You know, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why is this the case? And you guys know the reason why. Because it's a plutocracy. Because the country, meaning the government and the powers that be, and those powers being the corporations, the gun lobby, the school lobby, the lunch lobby, the nurses lobby, the whatever lobby, you know, pick one, you know. It's like because they exist, we only, the country, the powers that be, those people. Again, I lost my train of thought because I be getting so caught up in the examples. But they just have a vested interest to keep this country the way it is. All right. But these motherfuckers don't want it to change. They don't want to help you out. They just want you to pay for whatever they offer. You know what I'm saying? And it don't make sense. It's like, and that would be different. Like, all right, well, I got to pay for everything in America. All right, fine. But can you at least make it so that I can earn enough money to pay for everything in America? No, I can't even make enough money. Damn, well, what the fuck, son? You know what I mean? Like, cash shit. Like, everything you have to pay for. But they don't want to give you a living wage to do it. You know what I'm saying? And then even to better your education, so maybe you can make more money because you have a skill now. Even that costs. Like, you can't even just better your situation. Like, even though you'll make more money and therefore will be able to spend more freely on the economy, and then everybody makes more money. You know what I'm saying? But instead, no. Like, instead now you're looking to be in like a leech off the government for its, you know, entitlement programs because you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's ridiculous. Like, because short-term profits are what drives all of every capitalist decision that runs this country. They can't even see the long term. Like, the long term is null and void. They don't give a fuck about long term, you know. Short term, what can we make right now? What can we make like today, you know, at the end of this month, at the end of this quarter, you know. It's not about like how this decision will better impact society and we'll make way more money in 5 years, 10 years. No. I need it at the end of fiscal year 2023. Otherwise, it's not a serious discussion. That's just how capitalists are, dog. It's like, I just don't see how anyone, that's why we have so much starvation. That's why we have so much homelessness, you know, because just doesn't matter. Like, we'll talk all that shit like we give a fuck about homelessness and starving people and poverty and all that in general. Like, we'll talk about that shit, but we won't actually do anything about it. We just actually won't. Because there's no incentive in helping anyone. And by incentive, I mean, I don't get no fucking money to help you. It's going to cost me money to help you. How about that? And I'm not in the business to spend money, motherfucker, if it ain't going to make me money at the end of this fiscal year. Not in some future. The end of this fiscal year. Otherwise, I don't want to hear it. Advocating for capitalism is ridiculous if you're not a capitalist. And if you're watching this, you four motherfuckers, you ain't a capitalist, you know. So why would you advocate for this system? The system that refuses to give you health care just as a right. Refuses to give you time off from work as a right. Refuses to give you parental time off in case you get pregnant or have a child as a right. Refuses to pay you a living wage as a right. Refuses to give you health care as a right. You know, it just refuses to do anything to help you. You know what I'm saying? Anything at all. And whatever little crumbs they give you, that's supposed to suffice. And you're supposed to like bend over backwards to be so appreciative because they gave you some crumbs. Crumbs of crumbs. Not even the whole crumb.
We're really excited that we've been honored with the Emmy Award for Outstanding Life.
That's my point. It's like we just, class consciousness, man. We got to get to class consciousness. You just got to understand like this Democrat, Republican, leftist on the right, bullshit. All that's bullshit. Like, fuck all that. I mean, the whole point of all that is just to keep us divided amongst one another so that we won't come together and actually challenge the people that is the cause of our problems, the capitalists. Because we're too divided. We're too divided over stupid, bull, petty shit. Left, right, Trump supporter, Biden lover, whatever the fuck, you know. It's like they want us to be on that shit. They want us to be on that shit. The more you on that, the less you paying attention to them, you know. So yeah, sure. Argue amongst yourself. Argue amongst yourself, peasants, while we continue to make your lives horrible and enrich ourselves. And by we, I mean both the left and the right. Democrats and Republicans, motherfuckers. Because the rich is, the money is all that matters. The money is all that matters. That supersedes anything else. You know what I'm saying? Now, once you part of the club, now that other shit comes into play. You know what I'm saying? But until you part of the club, none of that shit matters. You know what I'm saying? It only matters if you're on the left or the right if you're already a capitalist. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. Like, you're still a proletariat. Me and you still gotta go to work for crumbs of crumbs. So what difference does it make if I'm a socialist and you're a fucking Republican? What difference does it make? We're both still victims of this capitalist economy. We're still victims of neoliberalism. So what difference does it make? Now, once we get equality and equity, you know, within this society, once we get that economically, then we can start talking about left and right and Trump supporter. Then we can get hooked up on that. Until then, we ain't got time to worry about that shit. That shit, oh Lord, that is literally just the master being like, here, motherfuckers. And they're just loving this shit. They're fucking loving it, dude. You smacked if you think they ain't loving this shit. They're absolutely loving this shit. They're loving it. The Democrats, you think Chuck Schumer and fucking Senator McCarthy, or you think these motherfuckers is really enemies and shit? You know what I'm saying? Man, they all rich. They all hang out at the same country clubs. They all fucking each other's wives. They all cool, bruh. It's all WWE kabuki theater. Like, these motherfuckers is cool with one another behind the scenes, but in front of you, in front of the cameras, oh, that motherfucker over there. Oh, no, that motherfucker over there. They're unpatriotic. They're groomers. M&Ms. Like, I mean, just whatever, bro. Whatever will keep you, you know what I'm saying, at each other's throats so that you won't actually challenge the motherfuckers that's really responsible for the precarity of your life, you know. That's why I'll be on that shit, man. I'm done. I'm done making fun of Trump supporters. Like, but I'm done making fun of fucking Democrats. Like, they all dumb. Like, y'all all dumb. Like, all these fucking social justice warriors, dumb. You know, it's wasting your time. You wasting your time on petty shit. You know what I'm saying? Same as the right. Like, you turn on Fox any time of the day and they on some other shit. Tripping on some other shit. Like, oh, the left is doing this. This thing done gone woke. It's like, bro, nobody on the left gives a fuck. Like, nobody on the left asked M&M's to change their mascots. Nobody on the left asked Roald Dahl to change the words in their books. Nobody asked Mr. Potato Head. Nobody on the left is asking these companies to do any of this shit. They're just deciding on their own that they want to do this shit. But yet, on the Fox News channel, they'll make it seem like somehow the left is outraged at this shit, and they are the reason they put pressure behind these companies to change this and that. And it's like, bro, no one gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck. Not on the left, not on the right. But the right ain't got nothing to go give, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not fighting for you. They're just, whatever the new thing is to be mad about, they'll make it up. It may not be anything. They'll just make it up, like, just to keep you mad. Like, because if you mad, then you'll keep feeling like, if you keep believing what these motherfuckers on TV is telling you, then you'll feel like the problem is that motherfucker over there. Or them motherfuckers over there. And it's like, no, it's not. It's none of them. They're on your team. They're in the same situation as you, dog. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker ain't the problem. Them motherfuckers over there ain't the problem. It's them motherfuckers. It's the capitalists. It's the overlords. The corporate fucking overlords. Why do you think fucking gay people or fucking immigrants from Mexico have any bearing on your life? At all, goddammit. Like, none. They have no power over you. But corporations do. But why isn't your anger directed at them? The rich, who over 90% of you said was the problem, then why isn't your anger directed at them? Why is it directed at Democrats? What the fuck? Just any Democrat? And not Republicans at all. There's not one Republican that's just in it for himself. Come on. They're all in it for themselves. They're all in it for themselves, son. They ain't working for you. That's all I can say. Like, I don't give a fuck. If they left, right, doesn't matter. They're not working for you. Like, they don't. That's just not how it works. Not under capitalism. Nah, son. Not under capitalism, dog. This country is a plutocracy. This country is an oligopoly. But it's anything other than a democracy. This is not a fucking democracy. It just isn't. Not when you look up democracy, not when you look up plutocracy, not when you look up oligopoly. When you look them shits up, you're like, which of those three is more like America? And honestly, two of those three is more like America. And democracy is not one of them two. We're more oligopoly-like. We're more plutocracy. We're more plutocratic, than we are democratic. And that's just a fact. That is just a fact. That's not even hyperbole. Like, and again, over 90% of the respondents to my poll agree. Like, yeah, this country is ran by the wealthy for the wealthy, and it's not for you. Remember that, man. I don't give a shit who you voted for in the last election. Doesn't fucking matter. Because they're just two sides of the same fucking coin. They all represent corporations and the wealthy and not you. Like, that is just the fact of the matter, Unfortunately, that's where we find ourselves here in America. But it doesn't have to be that way. Like, there are way more of us proletariats, way more of us average workers, average citizens, or consumers, as the fucking corporations will have you believe. Way more of us than there are capitalists. Way more of us than there are owners of the means of production. So why are we just allowing this to happen? We're allowing this to happen. We all understand it's happening. We all understand it's fucked up. We all understand that the system works for the wealthy and not for the average man. We all understand that. So why aren't we doing anything about it? Why aren't we putting the blame where it belongs? And that is on the corporate sector. That is on these politicians who have allowed corporate bribes to be legalized and call them campaign donations. And therefore they don't work for us and never will, as long as money is in politics. And as long as we keep voting for the same people who represent the corporate sector, then we're never going to get anywhere. Like, I don't care what your label is. Democrat, Republican, Socialist, Independent, Libertarian, whatever. Be whatever. But if you ain't talking about benefiting the people, then I don't want to hear it. And the only way you're talking about benefiting the people is if you're talking about taxing the shit out of those rich assholes and make them finally pay their fair share. And maybe more than that, actually. But we don't even have to go that far. I'm just saying, like, if y'all pay y'all fair share like the rest of us, y'all pay way more. The billionaires, these corporate owners, these CEOs pay way less in taxes than me and you. But they make way more money. So why is that the case? Like, that's bullshit, because we all allowing it to happen. We keep at each other's throats over some bullshit fucking culture war nonsense, as opposed to, like, focusing that energy towards the fucking rich asshole elites On both sides, the left and the right. There's no such thing as Democrats and Republicans anymore. That's just for us to get caught up on. In Washington, it's all the rich against the rest of us.
More like Sunday morning.
It's the elites against the common man, you know.
Seems out.
And there's no millionaire. No, well, maybe millionaire, but there's no billionaires, for sure. There's not one single billionaire,
Everyone is just looking for something.
not one, who can honestly say that he is a man of the people. He is a common man's man. There's not, no, it's not. Because you only amass your wealth at the exploitation of the common man.
When it comes to the money you save,
Only to then use that money that you've amassed
making money.
to keep and make more of it
Yes, morning.
for yourself, as opposed to investing it in those people who helped you get there. You know, we have to demand more than that. Like, we have to demand more. We working our asses off. We busting our fucking asses at these jobs. We're taking so much fucking shit from these piece of shit, asshole, cum-stained fucking customers. Entitled little fucking snot-nosed bastard customers. You know what I mean? We're having to deal this shit. We're having to do this shit. We had to go to fucking work and COVID and shit. You know what I'm saying? While these motherfuckers still traveling the country, going where the fuck they want to go, doing what the fuck they want to do, while the rest of us peasants had to stay at home and get poor. While y'all got richer and richer and richer, you know. Only to still not give any of that money to the rest of us. We were expendable to them. And we will always be expendable to them. We have to fear, they have to fear us. You understand what I'm saying? Like, their power has to be threatened and challenged adequately. And we're not going to do that because we don't have the money. So the only other way we can do that is to organize. We need power in numbers. We need all of us. Look at France right now. Macron, the president of France, wanted to raise the retirement age by 2 years. These motherfuckers, over 1 million motherfuckers in the street protesting that shit. Like, what the fuck you doing, son? You know what I mean? We can't get 1 million motherfuckers here to protest shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what the government trying to do. If we get a protest at all, they're sporadic and spread out, and you know what I mean? But they're not like all of New York City showed up at fucking Washington. You know what I'm saying? Like, them motherfuckers is politically engaged. They're involved. Like, they know what their country's trying to do, and they're not standing for that shit. They're like, fuck that shit. We'll come out in the streets, motherfucker. You gonna feel us, you know, but not over here. Not over here. We can't be bothered. Most of us don't even want to talk politics, let alone be involved in politics, you know, even though politics will always be involved in your life, you know, regardless of whether you have a say in it or not. So why not have a say in it? Why not have the final word, actually? Instead of having them have the final word, and you just have to capitulate, you know. Nah, son. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, motherfuckers think because I be like, Biden is trash, that I'm a Trump supporter. Like, why would I do that? He trash for the same reason Trump is trash. Because they both represent the corporate sector. They both represent the elites. They don't represent you. I don't care what they say, you know. Because every chance they have to help out regular people, they choose not to. They choose to do whatever the corporate sector wants. And the corporate sector's like, don't get them motherfuckers no fucking... Fuck you mean you trying to give them a living wage? Hell nah, don't do that. What you mean free health care? No, don't do that. Free 2-year college? Are you out of your fucking mind? Don't do that. You know. We're in the money business. We're not in the helping out Americans business. We're in the money business. So if these Americans ain't got no money, fuck them, is what this country is about. You know what I'm saying? Period. And I just don't understand why more people aren't upset. Like, why aren't we all angry? Why the fuck we ain't mad as fuck? Why we ain't out protesting, man? Like, what's going on? Like, most motherfuckers I talk to don't even know shit. Like, they don't know, you know. They don't even know. They don't know the people involved. They don't know the issue at hand. They don't, nothing. You know what I mean? Like, if anything, they might know when to go vote in 4 years, you know, for president or whatever. But, like, a primary, And they can't be bothered. You know, a midterm, they can't be bothered. You know what I mean? And even when they are involved, when they do go vote, that's as much as their involvement extends. Like they're not out trying to educate themselves on the issues or which politicians are talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's talking about addressing these issues in a way that doesn't only help the fucking corporate sector, therefore not actually addressing the issue, just finessing it as a way to help, while actually it's just another cash grab for the fucking corporate sector. We just gotta find. I'm just saying, like, y'all, like our only method to fight back is organization. That is it. That is it. That's all we have. Is power in numbers. We gotta come together. We gotta unionize our workplaces if your workplace doesn't already have a union. And then these unions need to work in tandem with other unions across the sectors. You know what I mean? Rail workers union with the fucking healthcare workers union, with the fucking bankers union, with the fucking regular go to work at Walmart union. You know what I mean? Like, and all these unions come together and unite and form a huge coalition, perhaps even a political party, that could demand the change that we require, because that is it. And the capitalists know that. Like, the elites know this. They know that is our only mechanism to fight back against the power that they wield over us. That is it. They know it. And that's why they'll do anything in their power. They have the brightest minds telling them that this is the way to do it. You know what I mean? Or it's just been a tried and true practice that they just keep doing it over and over again and finding better ways to do it, more effective ways to continue to keep us divided so that you won't demand any change. And that's the nature of the game. Because power never concedes without a fight. They ain't never going to just, at the goodness of their own heart, start helping out average Americans. They're never going to do that. That's not how it works. There's no incentive for that. So we have to demand it. We have to absolutely demand it. We have to make it so uncomfortable for them, but they have no choice but to capitulate. They have no choice. But right now, if all we do is protest like that one day, you know what I mean, then all they have to do is just bear with it for a day. Bear with it for like a weekend or a summer, But if it was every day, every fucking day, they get no reprieve. Every day we're protesting. Every fucking day. Until we get our way. Like, they would eventually have to cave, Now, in this system, the way it's organized, they would probably win because we are starving and can't pay our bills, whatever, but we gotta try something. And right now, that's our only. All the brightest minds say that this is our only option, is to come together and fight back, to demand the changes that we require. Because simply trying to put your faith in any politician, we ain't gonna get nowhere doing that. Like, straight up. One man didn't get us into this problem, so one man cannot get us out of it. Like, it's multifaceted. It's multi-generational. Like, you just can't, one guy ain't gonna be able to do it. It might start with one guy. One guy can get it rolling, you know what I'm saying? And then another guy can, like, pick the ball up. And by guy, I don't mean it has to be a man. I'm just saying someone, pick up the ball and continue it forward. You know what I'm saying? And the next person come in and they pick it up and continue it forward until the country resembles what it should. You know what I'm saying? But at the current time, like, there's not even one person outside of Bernie Sanders, but I mean, his time's practically up, So, like, who's going to take the mantle, and champion the worker? You know what I'm saying? Like, so who's going to be out there on our behalf? Bernie Sanders was out there when it was not popular to be out there for black people or immigrants or gay people. He was fighting for these people's rights, going to jail for it, when it was not cool to do. Like, when the country was just not on board with any of that shit. Like, and he's still been fighting that shit. That's why I say he the real deal. Like, is he perfect? Absolutely not. Could you criticize him on some shit? Sure. But his heart's in the right place. He's trying, I can't say that about any other politician. Ever. Really. Like, none that I've ever known, He's the only one. I just hate that I saw it so late.
inflation, and we just had a graph showing that it's down from about 8% at 6%, but it's still too high for too many folks. When would you expect, based on what we now know today, that to change?
A couple of weeks ago, when the Fed chair appeared at Capitol Hill, she really got the business and a bipartisan lesson from people senators rather, who were really.
That's the second motherfucker that came to my door with that shit. Like trying to get me to like switch my energy company or something. Like motherfucker, I just told a motherfucker. Anyway, I ain't mad at him, man. He just working, man. He on my team. We both proletariats. He just trying to get his money. Just throwing around some ideas. Hold on, let me see what y'all was saying, man. Because I wasn't looking at shit. This world is sad. Hello, by the way. What's up, Angel? What did I walk into? What's up, Twisted Ray? MLK was one man. Look how much he did. Yeah, but see, you're still putting too much stock in him. Like, it wasn't just him. He was just part of a movement. It was a greater, larger effort that he was just a part of. You know what I mean? And the only reason why he got so much attention was because he was preaching nonviolence. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly, that is exactly what fucking conservatives and fucking neoliberals and all that, that's exactly what they want to hear. Like, yeah, nonviolent. Because nonviolent means we don't have to worry about anything. You ain't gonna do shit. If anything, we'll do the violence towards you. But, you know. Because Malcolm X wasn't about that shit. And he was another person. But see, putting so much stock in MLK is like, it's not fair to the movement, to the civil rights movement as a whole. Not when there were people who were involved and got more shit done before he even came along. And I mean, hell, like, what about Angela Davis? What about the Black Panther Party or Huey P. Newton? You know what I'm saying? It's like, what about Fannie Lou Hamer? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of people, James Baldwin even, or Cornel West, even though he was probably young at the time, but still, like, there's a lot of people involved in the civil rights movement that helped get some of the freedoms that we're able to enjoy now. He was just one part of that, you know? But that's what I'm saying. Like, he was just another person who picked up the ball and kept it rolling. And then other people, when he died, picked the ball up and kept it rolling, you know? To this day, like, I mean, we still have people like Cornel West, who's still amongst us. You know what I'm saying? Angela Davis is still amongst us. Assata Shakur, I assume, is still amongst us. It's just she's still on the terrorist list, but so she's not living here. And I assume she's still alive, you know, but these people are still alive and they're still trying to pick up the ball and keep it rolling. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, they don't have a movement behind them. Not like in the civil rights era. You had a whole civil rights movement, you know, and then you had civil rights leaders of that movement. You know, it wasn't one guy. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, one guy wouldn't be able to do shit. They would have just took him out and been done with it. You know what I'm saying? He was just an effective orator in that movement. You know, just like Martin Luther King was an effective orator. That's what I'm talking about. Just like I don't know why, Stokely Carmichael, who eventually became Kwame Ture. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just, that's all I'm saying. It's just not one person, you know. But I can understand why you would think that, because that is exactly what the media is trying to do. They want you to make it seem like, oh, it's just this one dude, you know. So where's y'all's one guy to help move some shit along now? And it's like, bruh, it's not one guy. You know, it's gonna take a whole movement of motherfuckers. Like, Bernie Sanders wasn't gonna be able to do shit without a movement. You know what I'm saying? And that's why he had the whole Feel the Burn movement. Like, man, there's a lot of motherfuckers, man. He did some unprecedented shit never before done in this country. You know what I mean? With just grassroots donations. You know? So, but again, he was one person, but he did it with a movement, you know? And so, that's all I'm saying. One guy can't do it all. One guy can't even do most of it. He can just have a positive impact, or an impact that can't be overlooked or overstated, you know. But he cannot be fully credited with the whole movement itself. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Music moves me. Yeah, I know, right? I gotta do some more videos, man. I was just struggling because, like, I got some bands I wanted to tell y'all about that I want to, like, by doing their songs and shit, but but like they too new, so I don't have lyrics out and shit.
Just like better. CBS News. An original documentary from CBS reports.
Going in the kitchen. Like I said, you said light. Like what you mean? Oh, I'm gonna turn this light on too, cause it's fucking dark in here. Hashtag Oscar so white. I don't like how close this is. Back up. Yeah, that's better. Now, what you say? In fact, one person cannot do it all. Which songs? Nah, it ain't so much the song. It's like the band. You know what I'm saying? Like they bands that I feel like don't nobody really know for real, because they're not the big bands. You know what I'm saying? They like some new shit. I have a studio. Oh, okay. Shit. Well, shit, Silosis, for example. I just did a video by Silosis, you know. So I was trying to, like, low-key put them out, you know what I mean? So people can hear Silosis. Because them motherfuckers is dope, you know what I mean? Silosis is kick-ass badassery, you know what I'm saying? So check them out. Kill Streak, like, I don't know how many people knew about Kill Streak, you know what I mean? They don't have a lot of videos on YouTube, you know what I mean? But the videos they do got, man, they songs go hard. Like, I'm surprised how many people wasn't hip to Paleface. Like, really, y'all know about Paleface? Paleface go hard as fuck. There's another one I wanted to tell y'all about. I already did a video of mine, but I want to do some more. Darko US. If you don't know about Darko, man, you gotta check Darko out too. Like I had like a couple songs by him, but I think I only did maybe one or two songs by Darko. I only know for a fact I did one, but I want to do some more, you know what I mean? What do you say? Hold on. No, I'm not familiar with them. I figured if we knew a lot of the same stuff, and you'd introduce me to some new stuff. Yeah, that's what I be trying to do, you know what I'm saying? I try to do the classics, you know what I'm saying? I try to do songs. Look, I do songs I like, you know what I'm saying? So I pretty much did all the classics that I wanted to do. Now I've been doing mostly shit that I've discovered that I want to bring to y'all, you know what I'm saying? Because this should be fucking fire. And I'm like, why didn't I know about this band? You know what I'm saying? Like, let me ask you, do you know about Sleep Token? I'll give you a chance to answer that. I gotta go in the fridge. But yeah, if you don't know about Sleep Token, you gotta check them out. I did 2 videos by them. Yeah. See, I knew you knew about Sleep Token. I just did a song. I forget what the name of the band is, but I just did a song by a band that like kind of reminded me of Sleep Token. You know, where it got like that. You know what I mean? Like that sort of sexy sort of vibe to his singing. You know what I'm saying? And then it got like that. Like some horror shit. So, hell yeah, man. But yeah, I can't think of the name of the band. Don't talk about my stove.
Obviously nothing happened yesterday. We're waiting to see when anything is going to happen in this case.
I had to push up, man. My fat ass.
That definitely puts it into context for us, Graham.
Do some motherfucking push-ups. You eating good shit.
How what factors the district attorney
So far today, I only did 100. I did like 300 yesterday. But then people will be like, "Are you listening to Ice-T?" Yeah, I don't just listen to Slipknot. For real, man. Like I be listening to all kind of shit. As you can tell from my playlist, like all kinds of music. 101. I apologize in advance for the lighting. I'm putting it right here. Shut this closet. I just kind of opened it or whatever. Open this front door.
But there's also this separate investigation
Motherfuckers gonna be talking about my door and shit. Like, you need to paint that motherfucker. Man, fuck this door, bruh. I don't give a fuck about this door.
His own lawyers. Talk to us about why that detail is so crucial right now.
What you doing today, man? Huh? Live chat. Up one trad. What you doing today? I'm stupid as fuck. Why I feel like this zoomed in? It ain't though. It's close as fuck. You back up.
Busy day, busy week for you, as it always is. Thanks for connecting with us.
Officials are warning of dangerous flooding.
That's right, and this comes
Look at my pit hairs.
storm pummeled
I don't have none.
more than 120,000 residents throughout California are without power right now. National
This nigga walking like he got a pistol in his pocket.
Atmospheric river since late December.
Joining us now, CBS News correspondent Janet Champion. Hi there, Janet. So, tell us.
Man, when I get a laptop, y'all gonna be like, shit. My channel gonna change dramatically. I'm gonna be doing reaction videos and shit. I need to record a cover for Hail to the King on my base. You talking about by Avenged Sevenfold? I'm never off. I had 5 days. I hear you. I'm about to do some songs, y'all. I need some ideas, man. Give me some ideas. What should I do, man? What should I do? I need to do some shit. Don't say Archspire, I'll beat your ass. Don't say that. I can't do it. No, I can do it, but I don't want to put that much effort in. I'll start doing Archspire when YouTube start paying me. Because then it'll be worth it. You know what I'm saying? But till then, man, I'm doing all that shit for free. I ain't about to do that shit. I don't make no money off of this shit. That's cool though, you know. I understand. Yeah, man. You know, like I went through Cypress Hill's whole discography. Is you trying to throw me a hint? You want me to do some Cypress Hill? Boom, bitty, bye, bye. Yeah, I mean. Boom, bitty, bang, bang. I'm stupid. I probably should have ended this stream a long time ago. I ain't talking about shit. Alright, I'm about to end it, man. I'm about to go make some videos. Good looking out. Hail Satan.